See, his name is still on the building.
Welcome back to wook+. I am. Who am I? I'm Weekend Wook, joined by Kev the Great Wind.
Your name on the building still?
Yeah. And we are joined by Andy Michels today. He's out gallivanting in Paris with his wife, and Llama's. I think he's probably curling or doing something llama-ish. So we're here tonight. It's going to be a fun night, though.
He sent a picture of he sent a nice picture of getting to put on the Iron Man costume.
I am not so low-key jealous as fuck about what he's doing, but yeah, it's cool. If you're a nerd, if you're a Marvel nerd, apparently they have a really sweet Marvel park out in Disney Paris. Hey, what's up, Essie?
Howdy.
I think it's called Euro Disney.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Oh, okay. Well, there's a
Yeah.
all the facts from Kevin.
Hey, Skoy, welcome, my man.
Oh my god.
Skoy.
We have two waddies in the chat.
What is Skoy doing watching a Phish podcast? Also, not a podcast, for the record. I've seen that word thrown around a lot.
Essie.
Yeah. Oh, what about the goose ticket?
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that tried, to be honest. But so we got a lot to talk about. I feel like we should start with the sphere. I know we've talked about it a lot, but it looms now. It's right around the corner. We're depending on your math and who you ask, it's anywhere from 18 to 29 days out. We weren't able to figure out the exact. Yeah, of course he did, but anyway, we're not talking about him right now. So yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. Are you guys excited about this? Indifferent? What are you thinking?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean, sphere.
I'm thinking that I keep thinking about the broadcast. Are they going to be able to broadcast, or is it going to just be on Sirius or something?
Oh,
because
man,
they don't want to do the video.
That's an excellent point. How are they going to people are going to be complaining and bitching so much about the webcast. We're not getting enough sphere this time. We're not getting enough. There's too much tray. What the hell do you want?
but I don't understand the fear that all these Wooks and all you Phish fans have, because you're like, oh, they haven't announced the webcast yet. We're not getting a webcast. How are they going to figure it out? It's at one of the most technologically advanced venues in history. They can't figure out how to fucking film it. Are you kidding me? Of course they can figure it out. And of course they're going to broadcast it. They're not going to turn down that much money. And they never announce any webcast this far in advance. If it were in 2 days and they didn't announce a webcast, I'd be like, all right, everybody, let's freak out a little bit. But now I just need to remind everyone to calm down. Like, they're going to webcast it. We're going to be able to listen to it. We're going to do the after shows. Fucking U2, didn't they just announce that they're going to do... Are they done? Didn't they announce that they're going to release video of their last night there or something? Or going to?
U2 will never be done. I've heard that U2 will be there with Phish. Trey Trey's going to be up there singing New Year's Day.
Sitting in.
Yeah.
That would be terrible.
That would be awful.
That would be god. That's
something that should not be webcast. Watch us be wrong, by the way. Watch there be no webcast for the first time in years.
I'm not confident enough to guarantee it, but I do feel like the fear is a little over.
Well, again, it happens every year. Everybody for weeks concerned about no webcast, and then like within a week before the actual.
I've never felt like that about any other shows that they've done.
Yeah,
because I think it's all the rest of the time. It's just baked into what's going on.
Right.
But so why is it not part of the package now? What is your concern?
Just because
they don't have the bandwidth in Vegas, you think?
No, the way the
crappy.
You gonna let me talk?
I don't know.
The way the
they
venue
just put a bunch of antenna around, like on the sphere. It's just one big like alien helmet. Go ahead, Kevin, please.
The way the venue is built, the whole experience of it, I think it's going to go to what you said. How do they capture that? Or do they just say, if you want to see the Sphere, you have to spend the money to come to Vegas?
They're going to have one guy down there at the bottom in front of the stage. He's the guy. He's the webcam guy.
Yeah, I'm with Eric. I think there's probably cameras and technology even built into it. It's
shit, that's an excellent
such
point.
a technologically advanced venue. But also, I don't think they are going to fully capture the experience. I don't think that's the point. I think the point is to get a lot of fucking money from Phish fans. So I think they're going to do the same
Kevin wants the
bullshit
poor man's
close-ups
sphere.
on stage.
Yeah.
And we're going to get the same bullshit stream, and they're probably going to put a premium on it. And we're all going to watch it on what the fucking Discord or
pay
something.
for it. We're all going to buy
We're
it.
all going to pay for it, certainly. That's what we do every time, and then it's gonna be fine. Like, I don't understand why they wouldn't do it. I don't, maybe you could argue like they're not gonna have the what do you call that? The ESPN cam, like the thing, because it like ruins the views, and they only have like maybe like a Kuroda cam, even though there probably won't be a Kuroda spot, but like somebody in the back, and then the close-ups. But the idea of not having anything, no access to the music at all. This is so not.
I said serious. I said that they would do it as like all 4 nights would be on Sirius as a big promotion with them.
I don't know, man. It's a visual thing. You know what I mean? You just want, like I said, you just want the poor man sphere experience. You want to be able to get your projector screen out, and
I just want to listen
the poor
to
man's
it. Yeah,
VR where he takes himself and shapes it to his head.
You put on one of those fucking one of those toys that the red, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Andy, what are your thoughts on the 30-minute Yarmouth Road that is coming at the Sphere? I'm not concerned about that. I'm concerned about the 30-minute casual encounter that's coming to the Sphere. That's going to be,
they're going to do a
casual enlightenment.
Enlightenment. That's it. Right. Thank you. Yes, casual enlightenment. Yeah, that's how well I know that.
Casual encounter sounds.
Yes, I mean, it's the same fucking thing. That's what it's about.
Casual sex.
I think the round room is going to be very on the nose, and they're not going to shy away from it, and it's going to be fucking fantastic. And I'm very, very much looking forward to it. I think that's an underserved song.
You really think
general.
it's going to be a round room?
I 100%. I will put my. Andy, you want to make a $5 bet? I will put
$5 bet.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm poor. I'm confident. I'm just broke. So
I mean, all the people I remember. I think I was on this platform talking to you and saying, "Nah, they're not going to do game managers. That's not going to happen. They're not going to." So I'm going to sit here and say, "No, there's not going to be a round room," just so that there can be a giant
there has to
50-minute round room.
Can't have that big of a missed opportunity. Plus, it's a portion of the history and lore that hasn't been sufficiently tapped into or developed, and has, I don't know. You're probably not like a Marvel guy, right? Are you into like that stuff?
No.
But like after Endgame, I'm going to talk about it anyway because I don't give a fuck.
Watch the numbers drop.
Oh, come on. After Endgame, Feige was like, all the misses we had in like the Hulk and like Iron Man 3 and shit, we're going to bring all that shit back and like make it right and tie it in. Turns out it backfired on them because they went way too wide, and not a time for that conversation. But I feel like that's like something they could go back and use this opportunity to really explore that music.
I feel like over the next couple of years, you make a good point. I feel like over the next couple of years, well, actually, maybe it's even just started within the past few years. Phish is taking a lot of those opportunities to do special things like that, do the round room thing at the Sphere, returning to Van Andel Arena, returning to, what was it, Nutter that they returned to, just doing those special things for maybe the new fans, the fans that had never had
service. There's like a nostalgia fan service
without guys like me
that in the face with it. It's like a modern version of it.
For guys like me, that was, how old was I? In 9 or something when they were in Grand Rapids last time, and now I can actually. I mean, that's phenomenal.
Right.
Good guys, Phish.
They are good guys.
Good guys.
Decent.
Yeah.
I think they're decent people.
They're okay.
I'm not going to tell you who's not, but
will they return to Hampton? I don't know. For the last time they played at Hampton was what, 2018?
Halloween at Hampton. Come on, that's the rumor.
Yeah, that's the rumor. I think that rumor carries some water. Or I don't know if it's going to be Halloween, but I think a fall tour in the Southeast makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
it's a grossly underserved region of the country this year.
Every summer tour in 4.0 started in the South.
I said this year.
Got to get that Alabama and
at least the Midwest is getting some love this time. Come on, let's
hear it for the love, Midwest. We're getting like slow, passionate, we're making love.
balls deep.
Yeah.
I think the Midwest has gotten love.
Deer Creek is going to be overflowing. I'm sorry. What was that?
No, I was just saying it's not like they've completely ignored the Midwest in 4.0. Deer Creek has had some phenomenal runs.
Tim's all
21,
serious,
22.
apologizing.
Who, me? I didn't apologize. What are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about how moist Deer Creek is going to be, man.
So the other thing I want to put on the records, right? I think Round Room's a set. I also think they're going to have long extended jams and unique set lists all 4 nights. Kev was kind of making the point that he thinks they're going to be like a truncated like showcase show where they're like fast, short, jamless songs. And I think the criteria, like the constraints of the venue actually lend the opposite way where they're going to vamp a lot more and extend into much deeper, longer jams. I wouldn't be surprised if we got 1 or 2 30-plus minute. I'm not going to guarantee that, but I will say with a lot of confidence that we're going to have more than 1 20-plus minute jam.
Well, now we're spoiled. Now we're spoiled with what, 2 nights of nearly 40-minute long jams.
I know. And that poor Wave of Hope, man. It's so good. I listened to it again the other night, but it's so overshadowed. No one's ever going to talk about that Wave of Hope. It's never going to come up.
What about a set at the Sphere there? What about a set or a show where they're literally, we keep saying Round Room the song, but what if it's Round Room the album?
No,
I think that would be fantastic.
No, why no, Kevin?
Because why would they do something?
What's on fucking?
Why would they do something special like that just out of nowhere? I don't know.
Because they're in the biggest Round Room in the world. Like, what other chance do you have to do that?
So that would be a set opener of Pebbles and Marbles.
Oh, you want me to recite the set?
No, I'm looking at. I'm looking at.
I was gonna say I don't know off the top of
the
my
set
head.
closer of Waves. We'd get Thunderhead, Mock Song.
That's pretty cool.
Can you say
actually
the first?
You know what, this set would no. This set would kind of suck.
Would suck.
Anything But Me, Friday, All of These Dreams. Yeah, all right, I retract the statement.
That album's forgotten. That's like another time and place Trey was strung out. They don't want to think about it.
That's true.
You know?
I think they do, though. I think they want to bring Round Room in. I really do. You know why else I think that? Because the fucking official Twitter account for the Sphere said our favorite Round Room song is Phish's Round Room. What's yours? And put a question out. And I was surprised how many songs there are out there.
And they just released the reissue.
And they just released the album, which was the highest selling
in the popcorn bucket.
Yeah, for like 8 hours, they were like,
all right, well, maybe
top of the charts.
Maybe instead of playing the album,
I don't know about the album idea. I'm not
maybe
buying that.
All the songs in the album will be dispersed throughout
4 nights.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
that'd be cool. I like a lot of those songs, and I think they are underplayed, right? Because like they never got the time of day.
Is one of the nights of Friday that they're going to be there? Because I mean, they could play Friday.
I don't like that song.
Friday.
Okay.
That's not the right Friday.
That's a hit song. That is a hell of a hot little tune. I mean, that's a great song.
You weren't singing the right Friday.
It wasn't even. Yeah, that was why.
That was a different Friday, Kev.
I was singing Tuesday.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I'm a big fan of Wednesday. That's a good one too.
That's a hot little tune. You're thinking of an entirely different song. No, listen. Pebbles and Marbles, fucking great. Round Room, great. 7 Below. It would be the jam vehicle. That's the one that they're going to do 30 minutes on. Walls of the Cave is a solid closer when they hit it. I don't know why he just randomly started fucking it up. Like, it was always such a surefire closer.
Walls of the Cave, I bet it's done. I bet we never see another one after
that Man. Yeah. Wait, they've played it since The Man. They had a redemption. Yeah, in the fall tour.
They play Walls of the Cave so that we don't forget.
Do you even pay attention when we do this, Kev? Just come on here and bullshit.
That song, it's not my song, and so it's unmemorable.
Walls of the Cave is like the well for me. It starts, and I'm like, oh. And then I remember how it ends, and I'm like, oh, you know? Right. Oh, I actually do like the song. Like, I don't like the beginning of it. I think it's like chintzy and everything, but then
it's Mercury-esque in that.
Right, but the end of it is a big, fun closer. Like, listen to the that whole part, and then the same thing with the well. The beginning sucks balls, but then it gets to a really good spot. So I'm like, I can live through it. Yeah, never forget. It's right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. So somebody else added a bunch of shows at the Sphere, huh?
Oh, he's forcing the transition. I like it. They did. And all right, Kev, what do you think? Do you think this is a good move? Are you supporting it, or is
I
it
guess
kind of sus?
they've entered their Elvis phase.
Elvis. Bobby's entered his Elvis phase.
It kind of feels like a filthy money grab to me.
Well, so I get the whole this isn't a tour. You know, they're not touring anymore. This is a they're calling it a run. Is that what it is?
They're just calling it a
now they're
residency, whatever.
Yeah, residency. Yeah.
I think now they're calling it give us as much money as we can get out of you, and for as long as we can get out of you. 10 more days, SC. 10 more nights. I don't know if it's official yet, but Jambase was reporting
through August. It's into August, so
now it's. I mean, it's practically a tour.
It's longer. It's longer now. It's officially because what was it? It was 28. It was 24 before that, so now it'll be 34.
So initially,
29 shows last year.
Right? You know what next year is, right? The 60th
anniversary. And they're gonna do Fare Thee Well all over again. If Phil makes it.
Yeah. Hey, he was up there.
Yeah.
Plucking the bass, you know.
Let's play the bass. Great observation.
Poor Phil.
I thought he was doing good. I thought Phil sounds good. I think he's just, as with anything, like I said, he no longer walks, he shuffles. Yeah. And I'm getting to the point where I'm ready to start shuffling.
This is the anger and frustration I'm feeling. And I've never, when you guys, because these Gen Xers, Andy, you're a millennial, right? You're like me, right? These Gen Xers, they're always talking about selling out because apparently in the 80s and 90s, that was like the big thing that everybody talked about. I don't give a shit, right? Like, make your money. But I remember after Fare Thee Well, how frustrating it was because they didn't even wait. Right. It was like a week after that. They were like, hey, guess what? Dead Company. Yeah. And you're like, the only difference is no Phil and no Trey, you're adding John Mayer. And it was just like, really? Because that was such a big event and it was made it so big. Now they're doing the same thing, like the final tour. And just kidding.
Is Billy going to be there?
No, it's Jay Lane.
No, Billy.
I mean, that's the thing. It's not even. It's like
Billy doesn't own that.
It's only one original member, Bob Weir, because Mickey wasn't even an original member of the band.
Yeah, well,
if you
his father was very influential in the band, you know.
He was.
I feel like he's royalty, right? You can't talk too much shit about him, but at the same time, it does feel like a filthy money grab, and it's kind of like, what the fuck, man?
Do you think it was? I don't think it was the band's like idea. I think they were presented with, hey, do you want to do this? And they're like, all right, whatever.
I can see Bobby just looking at that place and being like, I want to play there.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
Just feel like
that's it. That's it. Somebody says, hey, what do you think about this? And he says, I want to play there. And they're like, all right, so now we got 50 fucking dates where you're going to be playing.
Then they announce some shows. The people just want them bad, so they add some more. They all sell out, and then they're like, well, let's add 10 more dates, you know?
Yeah, we sit here
and a lot of deadheads, and they have a lot of money, and, good for them. They can sell it out. I mean, that's the other side of it, right? Where I'm like, hey, if there's a market for it, right? But, like, I don't know. It just this one feels worse. Like, if they did a tour, or, like, the last tour wasn't the final tour or whatever, I for some reason, it'd feel different to me. But because it's somewhat inaccessible to begin with, being at the Sphere and in Vegas, and the way it's all coming about, it just feels dirty a little bit.
Initially, when the shows were announced, I remember reading that they had said that there won't be any repeats. But
it's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
every weekend's gonna be the same fucking songs.
Yeah. Well, no, they said that over each 3-show weekend there won't be repeats.
Okay.
So I'm thinking it's going to be the same show every weekend.
They are damn near close. Like, it's going to be the same set list, but they always veer off a little bit, right?
Which is going to be weird.
I don't think we're going to recap all of them because it's going to be
what are we going to say? Well, this Jack Straw was better than.
Well, the important question is, will they be webcasting?
I don't think so.
No, they don't webcast a lot. See, that's different. I think with them, I would see it not happening because they didn't webcast Mexico. They don't webcast every show,
Mhm.
whereas Phish always does. I mean, I don't remember the last time Phish didn't webcast a show. It was like 2016, I think. So, yeah. The other thing too, and I don't know how this plays into it, but it's just like all these thoughts about it. Is I remember before they announced it, we had heard several rumors from, you know, MSG people that it was in negotiations, and it took a long time to negotiate the Denico contract, like way
now
longer than Phish did. And now it kind of makes sense because they were probably like, fucking how many shows? How much money can we squeeze out of this?
Right.
It now makes sense though. The Wolf Brothers canceling a Wolf Trap with the National Symphony because they were going to add these other sphere dates.
You need to start putting the little transition things in the set list, man. Kevin's got this shit.
I know. I don't know if I like that or not, but no, it's good. That was a nice one, Kev.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little abrupt. Like we were still talking about Deadco, Kevin, but now I guess we've got fucking Trey over here.
It's like we don't even have a choice in the matter. He's fucking Trey ripcording this shit.
Yeah, Kevin's ripcording.
But he's Mike. He's clearly Mike.
He's not selling what was it? Hogan's no more slogans. It's all about segways.
Hogan's ripcord.
Yeah, I want to see a commercial of Kevin riding a Segway. All right, moving on.
Oh, that's funny. We should do a bit like that.
Yeah, I better get paid for that.
All right, Kev, take us off with this one. Keep it going.
I mean, Bobby canceled those shows. And he was going to do the symphony, and then it turned around. They were like, well, we still want to play with a rock star. And Trey was like, I happen to be available.
Yeah.
I love Symphony Trey. I think that's when his compositional prowess really
Get your petrichor on.
Fuck yeah. That's when you want to hear that. I don't want to hear it in an arena, but I would love to hear it with the symphony.
With the drums, the dong-dong, with the whole symphony, percussion
chimes
section.
and everything.
Dude, symphony gaiety, that's fucking amazing. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really good.
And then Times Turns Elastic, I guess, was always lurking, because wasn't that done with the symphony originally?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the most recent one at that thing that they had to do, the backup New Year's show, that was the most recent Time Turns Elastic, right? Remember that?
The Cube?
Yeah.
That's pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
They did one in Alpine.
A lot of the shit we all hated in 2009.
Yeah.
After 10 years of dad rock and yacht rock and all that shit, turns out it wasn't that bad in 2009. We just didn't know how much worse it was gonna get. Before the
Time Faulty Plan is such a good fucking song.
I love that song. I love that song. But like before the Soul Cycle and all of the more feel good shit and Love and Light, we were all angry about like fucking, Joy and Time Turns Elastic and Numberline.
We hated Joy despite what Joy is about. We're like,
right. We're like, we don't want your joy. We're gonna stay in the darkness, Trey. And now it's like,
we're awful. So where's the symphony thing happening? Where is that taking place again? I think you said that earlier.
Wolf Trap.
Wolfgang. Wolf Trap. So from what I understand, did they have to go in and take down Trey's picture at the Band for Life section of Wolf Trap? Because I had heard that Phish wasn't allowed back there. Trey wasn't allowed back there ever since the shows in 1993.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we have somebody here on the show that was at those shows.
I was there.
I don't think it was you, buddy.
No,
I was there. I do not know about the being banned, but I tell you what, Wolf Trap is federal park. Mm-hmm. So even now that weed is legal in Virginia and weed is legal in Maryland and DC, it's not legal to smoke it there. It's still against the federal law.
But I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be an issue now for the symphony. Everybody's going to have a vape. There's not going to be any flower at that symphony show. It's all going to be
people with a big old joint, right?
Yeah, right.
I tell you, the beautiful thing about this venue is you can bring in like your wine and cheese with you in a picnic basket, and and I love being there. The show, they did Leprechaun. I had no idea what it was till years later. Someone's like, "You saw Leprechaun," and I was like, I was getting a hot dog. I don't really know. The ball jam sticks out because that was always annoying to me at the time because I was like, great, we're going to waste 5 minutes with Fishman playing drums real fast.
Yeah, I hate the big ball jam. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's good live, but it doesn't come
It's
over
fun
well.
live. Sure, watching it if you're on the right things.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Does not translate.
So what took place there that may have sparked these rumors that they were banned? And
all
to
the people
never
who got
return?
popped.
Yeah,
It was
I mean,
just
it was
a
a lot of
scene
people.
like the Dead, and then Jerry. When Jerry got to play at Merriweather, it was just ugly, afterwards. I'm surprised Phish didn't get banned from Merriweather after that one night.
yeah.
I'm surprised Phish still goes back to that shit of the venue. Fucking hate
They love that
Merriweather.
place. They love it.
Yeah, because they don't have to experience it. They roll up in their big fucking
Dude,
buses
it's
and
my
they're just
favorite
on the
venue,
stage.
man. That's my
There's
favorite
no
venue.
lot. There's no scene. There's fucking I hate it. I hate it.
I've seen
I
so
s-
many good Phish shows there.
I know it's because it's your local venue. I have too. I mean, besides MSG, it's the venue I've been to the most. Probably, I've probably seen a dozen shows there. And I loved it honestly early on, and every year it got a. And that's the thing that pissed me off is that they didn't do it overnight, right? They made it suck a little bit more each year. Not and to be fair, it's not the venue. It's Columbia. Was that what it is? Right?
They sold Symphony Woods. They took Symphony Woods and built office buildings and things like that.
Right.
So
And that's when
that's what your issue is.
The board for that place, they're meeting every year. Like, how can we make this place shitty, even more shitty every year? Chip away at it a little bit.
I always laugh at the people who bought condos when Merriweather had been there for 20 years, and then they're like, "It's kind of loud." Merriweather was sitting right there.
It's kind of loud.
I mean,
I
would probably
over here, you know.
I probably will always go to those shows because they're easy and they're close, and they've had, for whatever reason, they've had some really excellent shows there. But I'm going to continuously, I mean, in true Phish fan fashion, I'm going to continuously bitch about it from now on because it's just a terrible experience.
It's one of the few venues that they name call in a song.
They tore down Paradise.
Yeah, what is that, Walfredo? And they fucking
yeah.
Well,
every time they play, they're going to get Walfredo tonight.
They mentioned once, I think. I got a Walfredo there once.
I want to give one public service announcement before we get off of Wolf Trap and everything. If you do get in trouble in a federal park, take care of that shit. When I was a young, dumb lad, I got a drunk in public in a federal park, and I forgot about it because I was intoxicated. It was, so I got a citation. I let it lapse, and it's not like, oh, you have to go to like a local court or whatever. And a fucking armed U.S. Marshals show up at my place and escort me in there. Luckily, I was able to pay it, but they take that shit seriously. So if you do get in trouble at that, take care of it right away. Don't let that last.
Were you smoking weed?
Whoops.
No. It was alcohol only.
No,
and I was of
up.
age. I really shouldn't have. And I wasn't driving. There's not a. I was just minding my own business drinking, but apparently I was too drunk for this douche forest ranger that was like picking on people. But
so wait, the marshal shows up at your house? Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
And didn't leave until you paid, or
right? Well, they were going to escort me to the jail to show up to the court date.
Wow.
But that they have an option that you can pay it or you go.
He whips out a card reader. And he's like,
basically, they'll give two options: you come into jail and having a court date, or you can pay it. And I was like,
wow,
I'm gonna pay it. But I wasn't like trying to evade it. I was a young dumb kid. You know what I mean? Like responsibility evaded me. I was just not thinking. Like I wasn't trying to be a dick.
Yeah.
Sauce.
Anyway, let's do some Phish Bracket stuff. I don't know if we're gonna do the whole thing, but I figured I was going to do some rapid fire. So everybody knows this, I'm sure, but I'll just
hold on. I wonder if I still have, before you bring the bracket up, do I still have, maybe not. All right, never mind. Continue.
Do I want to show it on the
yeah, show it. Come on. This beautiful artwork.
I don't know. I don't know how well it's going to work on here though.
It's going to look like
horse
stir-fried dog poop.
Right.
But see, we can do this because we're not a podcast.
We're not a podcast,
Not at all.
right? So I'm gonna ask you guys rapid fire, going back and forth. I'm not gonna say Andy, right? Because I'm just gonna read it, but I'll do every third one. And,
oh my god, that looks horrible on here. I'm kidding.
Thanks.
It looks
Thanks.
fucking awesome.
What the
It's
fuck,
like
man?
Thanks for your support.
You're fucking my head up, man.
no, it's
You know
awesome.
how vulnerable you are when you put this shit
No,
out.
so it's like junta, right? I mean, that's
Yeah, it's Pollock. So there's 18, I think, or 16 live Phish albums that he did covers for.
Yeah.
That all connect, plus the Junta album. And so a lot of that art I mimicked or copied, but modified. It's 100% hand drawn. So usually I do the brackets in AutoCAD and do like gradations and shit.
It looks like the cover of an album from a death metal band.
yeah.
Do
Do you sell prints of when these are like all done and filled out?
I tried that once. It didn't really go over well. I have the ghost bracket back there, but yeah, I'll get you a print if you want.
I think I want
the
one.
Ghost bracket. Yeah,
very spherical.
My favorite bracket.
Who wants to go first? We gotta do this rapid fire, or else it'll get boring.
All right, I'll go first. Please, the elder will go first.
Who's that?
Me.
He's the
I know. Wait, why is this not working?
All right.
Ready? So it'll go Kev, Andy, me. All right.
Okay.
Fluff. Oh. Kev, you gotta take this seriously, my friends.
Right. Oh, I will.
Fuck.
We got this.
All right, Fluffhead versus the line.
Fluffhead.
Fluffhead.
Okay.
Even though my heart is.
What?
Yeah.
I love the line, man.
My iPad is fucked up, so I'm just gonna ask him. I'm not writing it down.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Jabu versus Fuego. Andy.
Oh, you want me? Okay. Fuego.
Okay. Set your soul free limb by limb. Me. Limb by limb. Kev, back to you. Sparkle, my friend, my friend.
Sparkle.
Wow.
Santos Rift.
Rift.
Nice. The man who stepped in yesterday, McGrupp. Oh, that's a hard fucking one, McGrupp. Esther Axela.
Axela.
Okay. Howling Gaiudi.
Gaiudi.
Steam versus Melt. Haley's Birds of a Feather.
Birds of a Feather.
Yep. Way Gumbo.
That's correct. What was that? I'm sorry.
Wait, my headphones fucking came
Oh dear. Okay.
Ah!
Technical difficulties. Hold on, folks.
Wait, what did you say?
What did you say? I didn't hear the options.
Oh, Way versus Gumbo. That's a hard one. I fucking hate that matchup so
Way
much.
versus Gumbo. I got to go with Way.
All right. I really hate that matchup. That is a torment. I love both of those songs.
Yeah. I got to go with Way.
Meat versus Sand. Oh, that's another hard one. I'm going to go Sand, but I love Meat. Horn Simple.
Simple.
I fucking lost my place. Hold on.
Horn versus Simple.
All right.
I see it. I see it. Theme or foam? That's me.
No, foam. It's foam or sample.
Oh, foam or sample. Oh, foam.
That's a hard one too.
Yeah.
Fast Enough theme. Brian and Robert, Free.
Okay.
What's the use, Antelope?
What's the use? I know. That's heresy. I know.
Wait, you just picked What's the Use over Antelope?
I know.
What the fuck is that, bro? We can't keep this going. Good thing I'm not writing this down, Andy. Good thing nobody's watching. A song I heard the ocean sing versus the sloth. Wait, is that me?
Yeah.
Sloth. Waves versus Twist.
Twist.
Yeah, probably. Contact versus Harpua.
Contact.
What the fuck?
All right. Only because Harpua is tainted now after that abomination in Chicago.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say New Year's Eve. I was like,
oh no.
What are you talking about? After that abomination of a game henge.
And even that couldn't bring. Yeah.
tell me you weren't there without telling me you weren't there.
Oh yeah.
Glide Stash. Oh, is that me?
Yeah.
Stash. Undermine Nicholas.
Undermined.
Yeah, my boy. Mule character 0. No contemplation.
Yeah, 0, 0. That was the first
Yep.
0. Wow.
Number line bag. I'm going bag. Lawn boy Bowie.
Bowie.
Yeah. Oblivion Tila.
Oblivion.
Gula. Gula
You're right.
Golgi. Is this me?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! This is another hard one. Gula Golgi. I'm going Golgi, but I love Gula, and I modified that a little, Kev. I'll be honest, the seeds just because I wanted a Gula Golgi.
You wanted to say it.
I wanted to say it. Poor Heart Llama.
Llama.
Bug Mikes.
Mike's.
Julius Billy Breathes. Billy Breathes. 7 Below Forbins.
Forbins.
My Sweet One Wolfman's.
Wolfman's.
The Well Gin, but I love the Well, but no,
Yeah.
definitely Gin. Meat Stick Mockingbird.
Mockingbird.
Oh fuck! I lost it again. My iPad automatically rotated. Stop doing that.
It's something in dirt. I think it's MoMA and dirt.
You got it, because I can't find
Yeah,
it.
it's MoMA.
Oh yeah,
and
MoMA Dirt.
Dirt.
Who's up now?
Dirt. MoMA is just a little too.
MoMA is dirt.
Yeah.
Waste the curtain.
Mm.
That's you.
Curtain. Stealing Time Maze.
Maze.
Yeah. Cars, Trucks, Buses, The Wedge.
Wedge.
Yeah. Blaze On Mango Song. Oh, that sucks. That's a hard one too. Blaze On.
Ooh.
Heavy Things Slave.
Slave.
Bouncing Lizards.
Lizards. That
That's
pains me a little bit. I actually really like bouncing.
No Man's Fee. Fee.
Ooh.
Although No Man's is a way better jam vehicle and probably enjoy more, but Fee is the first song on the first album, so I have to. Vulture's Gym. Runaway Gym.
Vultures.
Ooh, yeah, I like that choice, Kev. Good one. Sigma Oasis Possum.
Possum.
Nice. Farmhouse Disease. I'm going with Down with the Disease. Sense and Subtle Sounds. Wave of Hope.
I'm going to go with Wave of Hope.
Ooh, like that too. Dinner in a Movie Cavern.
Dinner in a movie.
Okay. Thread Wikipog. I'm going with Pog. Although I love Thread. Poor fucking Thread. Lifebuoy Chalk Dust.
Chalk Dust.
You ever think about that?
I did.
That was your dark horse. That's not good, Kev. That was a 1 seed.
I would have picked Lifebuoy.
I like
and
I mean, I love Chalk Dust, but I would have picked Lifebuoy. Yes.
Light NICU, and I see you.
NICU.
Yep. I'm like judging you guys. Mound 46 days. Oh, that's me. Fuck. This is so hard. Fuck. 46 days. But I hate myself so much. Camel Walk. It's Ice.
I'm gonna have to say it's Ice.
Yeah.
Even though my heart's elsewhere.
You said it's Ice.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Walls of the Cave Carini. Yeah. About to run
Never
Roger.
forget Carini.
About to run Roger. I'm going About to Run. Fuck Roger.
Nice.
No, I like Roger, but I love About to Run. Taste Coil.
I like to.
I'm gonna say Coil.
Oh yeah, like the squirming variety.
Yeah.
I had to abbreviate to fit it all in. Waiting in the Velvet Sea, Piper.
Ooh.
Alumni Blues, Divided Sky. Back on the Train, Susie.
I'm gonna go Back on the Train.
Kill Devil Falls, Wilson. Silent in the Morning, First Tube. Wingsuit Punch. Caspian Pellets and Marbles.
Pebbles.
Brother Ruby Waves. Ruby Waves. I'm sorry, guys. If I could, Tube.
If I could.
That's it.
And that's it.
Wow. All right. Very nice.
Lightning
Very good.
round.
Lightning round. Made some
Kev,
poor decisions.
I love some of your choices, and I really love how shocked I was when I liked your choices after doing this with you multiple days a week.
So wait. SE said Andy is out. What's that in response to? Which one was it? Antelope? Yeah,
it was probably when you kicked out Antelope in the first round. If I had to guess,
although I love Antelope, I play Antelope on the station all the time, so it's not like I don't like Antelope.
I was gonna ask you about that, Andy.
Yeah.
Woo,
Whoa,
that's not right.
That's yeah.
So I wanted to take a chance because I always love talking about this whenever we have the opportunity to.
Oh, look at us doing the segue this time.
Yeah, it's like there's like almost like a fantasy Phish like aspect to it, or like it's like a dream of like a Phish fan, like to make your own set list or to pick shows. And I don't know, like you just at this point you've done so many. I mean, I don't know your count, but you've been doing it forever, and you're on weekly, sometimes multiple times a week. What's your process? How do you decide this week I'm playing estimated tonight, or I'm going to do, 7-4-93? Like, how do you go about making those decisions?
I was just this most recent JEMP radio show that I did past Saturday, talking to Race, program director, about how it's becoming even more. It's becoming more difficult for me to program out my shows, because you're right. It's been years now, and I'm not the only one, obviously, on the station playing music and picking things to play. So I do a lot of this day in history. I do that, but then I also just like sit here and I just look at what I have in my library, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was good. Yeah, that was good. I want to play that. I want to listen to that, and just within a matter of a couple of hours, kind of put it all together. While I'm doing that, I have to go look at what. So what happens all the time? I'll see. I want to play, let's say, Waves from It, and I have to go look and see. Okay, did Race play Waves from It recently? Did any of the other hosts play Waves from It recently? And there's like this.
Do you guys like log it somewhere?
Yeah. So I get into the main studio. I get into the logs basically and look up the song, and it tells me last time played. All right, that's the last time Race played it, and he played it 2 weeks ago. It's a little too soon for me to be playing it. That happens all the time. I'll think of like, oh yes, I really want to play this, and I'll go look. Oh, Race played it 20 minutes ago.
So, how far in advance do you have it figured out? Like, do you do it like that morning, like before your show, or do you?
So I try to throughout the week. Throughout the week is when I'm picking the non-Phish jam stuff usually. Three Dog Night, that type of shit that I have to put in there as well. I pick that stuff throughout the week, and then usually the day of is when a couple hours before I go on is when I'm putting together what I'm going to play as far as Phish.
I feel like I would be super tempted to try to do it like in the moment, but that could backfire very quickly. I feel like you.
So I have to. I don't have to, but I do it out of courtesy for Race. I have to split my show up. I don't know if anybody that listens to my show is caught on, but usually around an hour and a half is a split. And there's a little thing that plays. So I have to also account for that. Like is everything that I want to play in this first hour and a half going to fit, and is everything what I want to play in this second hour and a half going to fit? And I do it all and I do it all like 3 hours before I go on. I got a little time calculator adding things up, and everything. It's very hectic and stressful, but it comes out.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What do you have like a go-to that maybe you don't want to reveal the secret, but like a certain song or jam that's like if you got to fill in a spot or you're running into like a thing where you're like, oh, that's old reliable, I'll bring this back.
Baker's Dozen is always old reliable lately. Anything
there's a lot of content from the Baker.
Yeah, anything.
There was really nothing bad during those shows, so you can go and feel good about it.
Right. We'll go to some of the like officially released The Great Went, stuff like that. Those are all reliable, but no, I don't know. I try to keep it as
you try to not play something if it was 2 weeks. Seems like a long time to have played something.
That's the quality you get at JEMP, though.
Exactly. Like,
whereas if you go into our buddies in the satellite world, if you listen to it at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., you're going to get the same fucking song.
Well, but maybe not that. But isn't part of the purpose of radio in order to like if something's popular, it gets played more often. I listen to
Not Phish
WJMD
Radio.
because they play like new artists and they'll play their song a couple times a day, and you get it in your head, and then you check the album out.
So that's your top 40. The people that are primarily listening to JEMP Radio, they're listening like all day long, or
Right.
for multiple hours at a time. And so, yeah, we've got to keep it, spread out. And yeah, I think 2 weeks or even 2 days or 4 weeks or whatever. If it's within a month, I mean, if he played something 3 weeks ago and it was at 3:30 in the morning, and I want to play it on my show, that's fine. I'm going to play it. But if it was played during prime hours, Friday or Monday, 2 weeks ago, I don't know. The chances of the same people that heard it 2 weeks ago and then hearing it again when I'm on are pretty high. So, and we have such a huge library that we really don't need to repeat. It's just a matter of we always think of the same stuff, so we have to keep digging deeper to get the stuff that hasn't been.
You should do the random show generator.
Yeah.
What we do for the Wook Club. Well, not this past week, but it's fucking fantastic. Random ass shows that like I never would have thought of. We just
they can play like re-listen audience tape from 1987 live.
Well, we do sometimes. I mean, if it's a decent soundboard, we'll play that stuff. Absolutely. We don't just play official releases, and that's what makes.
And do you have to pay somebody for that?
So we're paying the live stuff. It's hard to explain. All we have to pay
ASCAP or something.
Yeah, we pay them. ASCAP, BMI, CSAC. We pay them all.
But my great soundboard recording from 1989 isn't anywhere.
If you're not registered, no. If you're not registered with any of the pros, you're not getting paid.
So that's good for you to find that stuff then.
Mm-hmm.
Do you give any thought to like playing the same song but a different version too close together? Because like I've never. Like we just did the Spectrum and Charleston, right, in like the same day, and I listened. Like, Kev, how many of those songs were they shared in those set lists? Like 7 of those songs, and it was very tedious because I heard like 3 versions of Punch and 3 versions of Caspian and like 3 versions, whatever, within like 24 hours. And by the end of it, I was like, I need a break. That's way too much. So like, I mean, I know it happens, but do you think about that too?
I'll say that for my show, when I'm on, it doesn't happen. But during this regular programming of JEMP Radio, so the way that Race at his studio in the main studio in Maine, he's got the guy's in actual commercial radio, so he's got commercial radio stuff at his studio, software and song selectors and schedulers and all that jazz. The problem is some of the tracks that he has in the library. So we'll say like segments. 4 songs all in one giant track, and he may not see that there's a maze later on in that segment. Like he might forget that, and so he'll add that in to play at 9:00, whatever that segment, which includes a maze, and then
play another maze
30 minutes later. Yeah, a maze might come in, and it is what it is, but it's definitely not the end of the world, and it's never the same maze when that does happen. So.
Anything else you want to talk about or plug with JEMP?
It's been 10 years for JEMP Radio. We're celebrating 10 years this year. We've got some. We do have some things coming. It's only March, but we've got some stuff to announce. Hopefully for tour, and do tell your friends and even your enemies about JEMP Radio. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome.
All right, so you guys spreading it out a little with the Spafford and the Biscuits and the Humphreys and what I think there's even a Goose.
Yeah, so we have Honk Nation has come back. That's every Wednesday at around 3 p.m. is when Honk Nation with Alex Crosby. And then we've got the Adolescent Subtle Sound Saturday evenings about 10 p.m. So when I'm done, Sweeping Views takes over, and he's got this programming block. And you've got the like you said, we got a Spafford show, we got an Humphrey show, we got a Bisco show, we got whatever the hell we want to do. We're not just Phish. So
yeah,
that's how we remain relevant and on the air too.
Well, I really appreciate what you guys do. I think it's fucking great. I'm going to do the segue unless you want to talk about something else.
No, good.
No. I mean, you can do it. You've been killing it tonight.
Oh, I was going to say.
He had another question. I want to respond to Dave.
Let's all talk over each other.
I want to respond to Dave. It's the Justin Bieber hair. he's probably right, and I do. Yeah, I need a haircut desperately. Thank you, Dave. Thank you.
The chicks dig it. I wouldn't cut that shit before I went to the Rumble at Van Andale or wherever that place is.
Oh yeah. Van Andel. All right, what were you going to ask me before we move on?
Who, me?
No, I thought.
Oh, didn't you have a spit for us?
No, oh, that's your segue. No, fuck that. All right, I'll explain it because that messed it up. We were running out of room on the set list, so we decided that we were going to.
So well.
I know. I shouldn't have put you on, man. Didn't you have a bit for? No, let's just be honest. We couldn't figure out what to fill the last 10 minutes of the show with. So we were like, you know what, Andy? We're just going to throw it to you and see what you have. I have no idea what this is going to be, but you're a professional. And that's one of the nice things about having a guest co-host. So this segment is putting Andy on the spot. Hopefully it doesn't suck too bad.
Let's see. What can I do here? I can mess with my voice a little bit, maybe. How about we do that? Would that work? Would that work? If I mess with my voice a little bit?
My favorite.
You do that.
All right,
that was worth it.
We're getting popped.
No, you're not.
It was a modulate. It's fine.
You know what? I've got an idea. All right, so I've got this game here from Sound Act Draw. It's called Sound Act Draw Shakedown. Gonna have a shakedown party tonight. Let me show you. It's this little card game here. I don't think we can, but we're not gonna play the card game on here, obviously. But it comes with some cards that have some prompts on it that I could. I mean, you've been asking me a lot of questions, and maybe I could ask you.
Whoa! Is this put Andy on the spot's going to turn to put wook+ on the spot?
Absolutely.
You're flipping the script on.
Absolutely. It could just be put Kevin on the spot. We just do that.
I love putting. No, I'll play too. Unless it's something I don't want to answer, then we'll.
I mean, so these are tour story questions. These are pretty good. Okay, here we go. We'll go to you, Wook. What's your most extreme case of blowing off responsibilities to see live music, i.e., quitting a job, skipping school, etc.?
I was taking summer courses because I was behind in graduating in college. I should have already been graduated by this point. So I was taking summer courses. I had my calculus final on Monday, and my brother called and said, "Hey, I got us tickets to go to Bonnaroo." And I hadn't studied at all. I was going to fail. I didn't know shit. So I told him, I don't think I can go. I got to take this final. It was, really important for me to graduate. Long story short, like a half hour later, I called him back. I was like, fuck it. I'm going to Bonnaroo. Stayed up the entire weekend. Didn't sleep for a second. Super fucked up. Had a blast. It was probably one of the best experiences of my youth. Drove straight from Bonnaroo, and it was like 105 degrees. So I was like just sweaty, gross, didn't even go home, drove straight to my final, ended up passing my final. I have no idea how, and graduating. So
it worked out in the end.
It did. So I don't know if that's a cheat answer, but it could have been a disaster.
Kevin, have you ever been arrested, detained, or pulled over before, during or after a show?
Yeah. All of the above.
All of the details are optional, but strongly encouraged.
Well, a Dead and Company. I don't know how many people know this. They weren't called that. They were called The Dead at the time. And we rented a purple limo, went to Nissan Pavilion, hanging out in the limo, smoking a joint. They roll down the window. It's the cops. Get out. They arrest us all and take us backstage, process us, and then let us go into the show.
So, really?
Yeah. But they wanted me to jump through hoops. I was like, I'm not jumping through hoops. They were like,
that's still a pretty good ending, though.
Yeah, I was expecting
got to see the show.
Yeah, what the hell?
And they opened with Liberty.
And you caught the opening? You didn't even miss the opening?
Huh?
You didn't miss the opener?
No. This was mid-afternoon they did this to us.
I feel like
we were like just hanging out in the limo, having a beer, smoking a joint.
Yeah, were you in the arena jail?
Yes.
Also, did this really happen, or were you just like tripping balls and imagining it all?
No, it really happened. It really happened.
He was locked in a bathroom stall.
It was the show. it was the chauffeur. He was like, "We're here. It's time to get out." And he's like, "They're arresting me, man." And he's like, "It's just the chauffeur like bringing him to the venue."
Wook, recall a travel-related nightmare you've encountered while going to or coming back from a show. Travel-related nightmare. Travel-related nightmare. Do you have one?
I have a ticket-related one. I don't know if I have a travel. Oh, well, I drove all the way to a... What?
You never had a car breakdown?
No.
I had a car get towed from Hampton 09.
Nice.
Yeah,
I ran
my
out
first
of...
shows, my first car getting towed because I thought, we can park at this hotel even though we're not staying here. No problem.
I ran out of gas in a lot once because I wasn't paying attention and we were running the car for like the stereo or whatever, air condition, and like I was already on E when we got there, and then after the show I was like, fuck, I have no gas.
Yeah.
That's kind of sucks. I also got beat because I was young and dumb on tickets in Baltimore of all places. I should have known. You're not buying Phish tickets in Baltimore, but it was a show I was like really trying to get to, and like this was before StubHub and shit. Like you had like actually meet up with people to like buy secondhand market tickets, and I didn't check, and then I got to the line and they were like, yeah, these are fake. And luckily I was able to go to the box office and they had unclaimed tickets, so I still got in.
What show was it?
It was Merriweather, I think.
Oh, Merriweather.
Yeah, 09 or 10 or something.
That shithole. Kevin, what's the weirdest thing you've experienced in relation to having to go to the bathroom at a show? Weirdest thing you've experienced in relation to having to go to the bathroom. Weirdest thing.
I don't know. I mean, after the second Night of the Dead in 93, maybe at RFK, all the toilets were overflowing, but I still used it.
That's the weirdest thing. How is that the weirdest thing you've experienced? Every time you go into a bathroom at a Phish or Dead show, it's like you're going into Willy Wonka's fucking weird factory. You have people like singing and doing jigs and like all sorts of crazy shit happen.
I had somebody come up and try to introduce himself to me in the bathroom, and I was like, that was a little weird.
He loves that.
Tim, have you ever sold something in the lot or made a crazy exchange to ensure you got to the next show?
No.
All right, good.
I'm not that wook.
Okay. All right. Last one, because then I know we have to move on to something that's near and dear to all of us. Of course. Yes. Right. Okay. Kevin, tell a ground score story of something you've either lost or found at a show.
We left RFK one year. Oh, I love RFK.
Was this Phish dead? Radiator dead? Okay.
Dead in RFK. No, Phish never played RFK. It was 80,000 people.
Taking conversation, Kevin. All right.
I guess it was 93.
Okay.
And or 94. Find a Guadi pouch. $500 in it, 2 tickets, and a license.
Wow.
Right. So we hung out for like an hour and a half until my buddy was like, dude, I'm leaving you. And I was like, well, I'm not getting stuck here. So the next day I call and I try to find a phone number up in Connecticut for this address and this person, and it doesn't exist. So I put the ID in the mail. I wasn't going to stick $500 cash in the mail. And the tickets were 2 nights later. So I went to Giant Stadium. I had $500. I was like, I guess I got tickets for Giant Stadium, and here we are.
You want to, again, the name of the game is Shakedown, Soul Act Draw.
I think we can make a reoccurring bid out of that. I think there's a lot of potential.
Shakedown. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Andy, let's talk later. I think there's a lot of potential with making like a reoccurring bid out of that, potentially. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah, if you want to.
All right. You know what time it is, everybody. Everybody's been looking forward to tell us about Neil Young. That's the best I have for a segue.
That's as good as it gets. Well, Nils Lofgren, who is the longtime Crazy Horse guitarist, also plays with Bruce Springsteen, and he's going to be on the road with Bruce. So Neil needed a guitar player. He reached out to Willie Nelson's son, who he has toured with in the past, as what was that called? Promise of the Real, I guess it was called. So that's what Crazy Horse is going to look like with the 2 original guys Ralph Molina, and Billy Talbot, drums and bass. And that is your Neil Young Minute.
Good night, everybody.
All right.